lovelies, it's Lex and welcome back to Fallout 3. So, we are just going to finish up our loose ends here and totally finish the Those quest by going to Rivet City and finding Brian Wilkes's cousin. He called her Vera. I always pronounce that Vera. I don't know if that's just like a pronunciation difference depending on your geographical dialect preferences or whatever, but I always say Vera, and I don't think it really matters. Yeah, but that is what we are going to be doing today, and I kind of have, I'm not going to call it a shortcut, but it's definitely a fast way to get to Rivet City, which is over here. This part of the map is scary and like full of badness, so what I like to do is actually fast travel to the Tepid Sewers and then just go on from there to Rivet City. And it's actually a pretty like straight shot if you go this way. I'm trying to think. There isn't really anything that crazy. There's like 2 centaurs that you run into, some raiders, some super mutants. That's about it. And then you also get to discover Dukov's place. Hello, Mr. Skellington. But we don't need to do anything with Dukov until a while from now. Like a pretty good while from now. And you don't really have to do anything with him in general. You don't have to. But I don't mind Dukov. I think he's kind of funny. He's really sleazy and terrible. But he's kind of funny. And then I always like this sign here. It says, keep your weapons holsters or get shot. But we're going in the wrong direction. So, meh. Some raiders over here. We'll try to be a little stealthy. Oh, they saw us already. Get him, puppy! Get him, puppy! And they're dead. That wasn't too bad. Oh, a leg. And another assault rifle. Wonderful. There is a lockbox here that I can't remember if it's locked with very hard or hard. But we're not going to be able to get into it for a little while. I haven't found a key for it ever, so I think it's just one of those ones where you have to have like high enough lockpick skill to open it. But this little raider outpost has a decent amount of things, which is very nice. And there's a book. But one of these, yeah, very hard. There it is. There's a pressure cooker. I'll take that, thank you. I think there's maybe some chems on the other table there. Maybe, possibly. I might be lying. Is it buff out or something? Yeah, buff out. Woo! Yeah, but it's a nice little raider outpost. Alright, let's carry on. Then we'll go past a scavenger. It'll be down here on the left. And then we'll have our 2 centaurs and 3 super mutants, I believe. And then we'll go down a little bit farther. And there'll be an outposty kind of thing of super mutants that have a captive. So then we'll get a little bit of XP. We'll be able to save the captive here. This scavenger has a Nuka-Cola Quantum somewhere, I think. It might be in their inventory, or maybe they don't, maybe it shows up later. Here's 3 Dog. I love 3 Dog. I really would love to have the radio on, but I don't want to get, I don't want all my videos to get tagged with copyrights. I mean, it seriously doesn't matter at all because, like, my videos aren't monetized anymore. I mean, I wasn't making any money in the first place anyway, and really, the only reason that my videos were monetized in the first place is because it was an option given to me. I totally was not expecting to make any money off them being monetized, because I don't have enough videos or views or any of that kind of thing for me to actually make any money from it. So they were only monetized, like I said, because it was an option that was presented to me. But that being said, they are no longer monetized because of the like YouTube adpocalypse thing, which only really affected my channel in the sense that I don't have the option to monetize my videos anymore. Because they changed the rules. So now if you want to be able to monetize your videos, you have to have 10,000 total lifetime views on your channel. And as of recording this, I'm at like 7,500-ish, which is good. I mean, that's crazy. I can't believe that my videos have been watched that much, to be totally honest with you. But until my channel reaches the 10,000 lifetime views, I can set my videos to be monetized, which I do, but until I actually have that amount of views, they will not be monetized. So I don't know why I went off into that little rambly bit there, but yeah, if oh, because we're talking about copyright stuff. So if I would allow my videos to have copyright material in them and get flagged for copyright notices, which in no way like demeans my channel or does anything to my channel to hurt it, but if I would let that happen, do I want to go down here? I don't remember if our lockpick, there's some locked stuff in here. I don't remember if our lockpick is high enough or not. Let's go in. But if I would allow stuff to be on my channel that was a like copyright infringement thing, all that would happen is that the people that had the copyright would be able to run ads on my videos if they wanted to, and I wouldn't receive any of the money that they receive from running ads on my video. So for something that they didn't make, they just owned the song or whatever, they would get to have any revenue from my channel, from the videos. So I try to not have things that are copyrighted, just because like it sounds really selfish, like, but it doesn't really matter because like I said so many times, I don't make any money from my channel. But it's like, I don't want somebody else to be able to make money off of something that I've made if I'm not getting anything from it. If I'm not getting anything out of it, I don't think that that's appropriate. Like, just because I wanted to use their song or I wanted to use their whatever, that they would be making money off of it and I wouldn't see any of it. And I think that's why a lot of the YouTubers try to not have copyrighted material on their channel, for that same reason, that if they're going to be making money, they don't want somebody else to be getting a cut of what they could be making. But they're actually making money and I'm not. Let's try it again. Yay! That one was easier. Oh, disengage lock. I don't have a high enough thing to open that, so there we go. Nothing too great, but there it is. Yeah, so that's why I try to not have copyrighted stuff on there. I do have a few videos that have copyright on them, that do run ads on them that I don't get any revenue from, and that's actually my first episode in this series has ads run on it. But here's the thing. I almost flagged the video as being incorrectly flagged for having ads because the person that, or the company, the channel, whatever, that claimed the copyright, which I knew that video was going to have a copyright claim on it because I wanted to leave the opening in this where it plays the song by the Ink Spots. I wanted to leave that in the opening for the first episode of this game. However, the person that did the copyright claim to the very first episode of this playthrough was not the Ink Spots. It was some random person that said that they owned the rights to the song. But the song that they were claiming in the video isn't the right song. So I almost was going to flag my own video for having to get it demonetized because the wrong person is collecting revenue for it. It's not the Ink Spots. It's not the person that owns the song. It's some random person that thinks that it's their song, but it isn't their song. So that was something that I thought about doing, but then changed my mind. Because if I were to say that it was flagged incorrectly and try to make a claim about it, my channel could actually be hurt in the process of that. Because if they say that I made a claim incorrectly, I could actually get a strike against my channel for trying to help out. We're trying to help out in making sure that the correct person was getting money for the for the monetization. It's really, really odd. It's a really goofy thing, and I decided to just not mess with it. There should be a book over here. I didn't feel like trying to correct the monetization was worth the risk of my channel possibly getting a strike on it. Because once you get those strikes, get out of my way. Once you get those strikes, like, you can't get rid of them, and if you get so many strikes, like, they take down your channel, and I don't save my footage forever, like, I just don't. I don't know if, oh damn it, I don't know if other people, like, always save all of their raw footage, but, like, once my stuff is edited and put up, I delete it, because I don't feel like I need it anymore. I feel like it's just unnecessary space being taken up on my computer. But anyway, wasn't that a fun story? Didn't you love hearing me ramble about copyright infringements and things? Yeah, but the first episode of this, and then all my Mario Maker episodes are copyright, have a copyright on them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I thought I was dead for sure. Here, I managed to hide these supplies before they tied me up. You take them. It's the best I can do to thank you. You'd know best, wouldn't you? I have to go. Again, thank you.
Bye. You don't have to untie him. You just can. Yeah, so my Mario Maker ones also have copyrights on them, but I set them up that way. Nintendo has kind of strict rules for uploading Nintendo games, where if you want to have Nintendo games on your channel and you want to monetize them, they don't actually get monetized or get ads run on them through YouTube. It actually goes through the Nintendo Creators Program, which is a thing that you can sign up for. It's totally free. You don't have to pay for it or anything, but basically, if you want to run ads on any kind of Nintendo game, whether it's Mario Maker like I had on, or Super Mario Kart, or Smash Brothers, or whatever, any Mario titles, Nintendo titles, you have to get the videos approved by Nintendo. So you have to sign up for this Nintendo Creators Program and then wait for them to approve your videos. They verify the videos individually or the whole channel as a whole. Oh, there's Rivet City. Look, it's a big old boat and it broke like the Titanic. But yeah, that's a thing that you have to do if you want to have any kind of ads run on Nintendo videos. It's a process. I'm just gonna go over here and discover this. I don't need to, but I'm gonna. Sometimes there's Talon Company guys over here. Doesn't look like it right now, though. Alright, let's go up into Rivet City and finish this quest for Brian Wilkes. We are also going to be able to get a bobblehead while we are here. And we're going to be able to add a little bit of extra stuff because you get a little bit more information on where your dad went in Rivet City. Isn't that nice? Okay, so here's how much of an idiot I am. The very first time that I played Fallout and I came to Rivet City, I saw the boat, went here, and I was like, how do you get in? I don't understand. Do you have to go in the water? Maybe you have to get in where the boat's broken. And I wandered around and went in the water and was going around and trying to figure out how to do all of this stuff because I didn't want to cheat. I didn't know what to do. I was so lost. I was so frustrated. I was so irritated. And all you have to do is hit the intercom.
Welcome to Rivet City. Please wait while the bridge extends.
I didn't see it. I just walked right past it. And I was so mad at myself after I realized that that's all you had to do. I was like, God damn it. Seriously? That's all you have to fucking do? I was so mad at myself. I felt so stupid. So stupid. Oh, here's Harkness. I like him. He's fun.
Hold it right there. State your business in Rivet City. And who might your father be? If he lives on this boat, I know him. Oh yeah? And I'm a fairy princess. You keep up this smart-ass attitude, and you're gonna wind up floating face down in the river. All right. You can go on in. If I hear about any trouble, you're gonna wind up in the river. You get me?
I gotcha. So, you can go in the front door, or you can use the Alexa special, which is, go to the left. There is, stuff down here that I like to collect instead of going into the front door. There's some ammo, like, then back there, I'm sure you saw there was the first aid kit, which is always a fantabulous. And then, just want to carry on going this way here. And we're going to kind of actually end up going through the boat backwards, sort of, because we're going to be going from the top, since we went this little way that I went here. There's a baseball field up here if you want to. I think there's motorcycle gas tank. So you probably got to choose which one you want because I'm going to guess that one of them is going to fall through the map. Yep, there they are. See you later. Bye forever. We'll just go in this door. We did it. Yay for us. And then I like to go this way. Go down the steps. Ah, we are on the boat. Boat. Okay, so we need to go to the Weatherly Hotel, the Capital Preservation Society, and the Science Lab. There's a lot of places that we need to go here in Rivet City. So we'll go to the Weatherly Hotel first. Rivet City is a lot of little load screens, and it definitely can be like a little confusing if you're like me and you're somebody that gets turned around semi-easily when you're in places like this. But if you follow the signs, they actually like seriously tell you where to go. They're not gonna lie to you. But here is the Weatherly Hotel, and I don't see Vera. So maybe she's in here. There she is.
Welcome to the Weatherly Hotel. I'm your hostess, Vera Weatherly. Well, I really shouldn't tell you, but have you heard about Polly Cantelli? He's addicted to chems. His poor wife, Cindy, is at her wit's end. You haven't heard? Angela has the hots for Diego. But since he's a priest, he's been putting her off. One of these days, she's just going to jump his bones. They say Mr. Lopez is losing it. He stands on the top of the bridge tower for hours at a time, just staring out over the city. Poor dear. I know what it's like to be alone. I'd love to take him in. Don't worry. I have the means to keep him fed and healthy, but most importantly, safe. Oh, that's wonderful. If you ever wander back into Rivet City, why don't you check up on us? You're always welcome.
Alrighty, so that quest is done. All we need to do still is go back to Brian and let him know that Vera said that she'll take him in. So why don't we make our way to the science lab? And then we also need to go to the Capital Preservation Society while we're here just to pick up a quest. What way did I come in? I came in the back way.
Look, Dr. Zimmer, we've been over this. We don't know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes, yes, yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I think that... I know that Dr. Lee is in Fallout 4. I think that Dr. Holt might be as well. I think they both work for the Institute.
Are you by any chance for hire? To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property. How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off.
I love how much setup was going into the Institute even 10 years ago whenever they were doing this, that he's from the Commonwealth and he's explaining, you know, that they're working on androids and whatever else. And I'm really curious if Zimmer actually works for the Institute now that Fallout 4 has come out. I haven't done a ton of stuff with the Institute in my Fallout 4 game, so I don't know like all the full like lore on that and that kind of thing, but I don't know. I was always curious now if Zimmer worked for the Institute and if he actually just like teleported here or whatever.
You're helping me retrieve this android, aren't you? I've tracked him this far. He's out there somewhere, in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it. Of course! I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends. Excellent! Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that. Like I said, I suspect he's had facial reconstruction and possibly even a mind wipe. Search the offices of doctors or techies for android information. If he's come into contact with these people, there may be records. Start with Dr. Preston. He lives on this leaky boat. See if he knows anything. He's a doctor, after all. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm busy trying to ignore my surroundings. Of course you do.
Hey there.
So here's our bobblehead here. Hooray for me! I like to mark them off. I have a list. I have a list of where they all are. And then we need to talk to Dr. Lee. There she is.
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him.
I don't.
You're James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here? Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you. Typical.
Dr.
I'm
Lee is
Dr.
such a
Madison
bitch.
Lee. I worked with your father many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact. You'll have to forgive me, this has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long. You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hasn't.
I think that Dr. Lee and your dad had like some stuff going on, and I don't know if he necessarily was doing stuff with her while your mom was still alive, but I always get this like weird like tension vibe from her whenever you talk about him, that either they had something going on or she definitely wanted to have something going on with him, but he had your mom, so he wasn't interested.
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there. Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already. Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you. It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone. What?
I didn't mean to click that one.
Look, I don't want to be harsh, but I have problems of my own. I don't have the resources to support James's foolish endeavors, or your chasing after him. I'm sorry. I suppose I can spare a few stim packs. It's not much, but it might make things easier for...
So I'm not going through all the dialogue with her. I'm just not gonna do it because it would take too fucking long. But basically, you can ask her about, you know, what your dad was like before all this, and how this was, and how that was, and just like get little story time from her. But she doesn't really give you anything else except asking her for the stim packs, like I did, and then getting the quest from her about where her dad is. So we are running out of time for this episode, and I still want to go to the Capital Preservation Society here to get another quest from Abraham, who I mistakenly called Arkansas Abraham in like one of the very first episodes. There he is. Hello.
Quite an impressive collection, isn't it? Well, don't be shy. Have a look around. Abraham Washington's the name. Curator of this little slice of American history. Ah, a fellow scholar, I see. Each of the documents in this room tells a small but important story about the history of the United States of America. Unfortunately, the greatest prize of all is missing from the collection. Why, yes. Your knowledge of American history is quite impressive. What an amazing crown jewel in my collection that would be. The original document created by the people for the people.
Sounds like Hancock. Oh, I love Hancock. He's my favorite.
Oh, would you? It would mean so much to me and the Society's collection here. Excellent! You won't regret it, I promise you. Imagine, you are taking part in another chapter of American history. I envy you. You can find the Declaration of Independence in the ruins of the National Archives. Please ask them. After all, knowledge is power. Well, this is quite embarrassing, actually. I sent someone like yourself after the Declaration. She did some of the research for me, but now I haven't seen her in a few months. I wouldn't worry about it. Many have died for causes far less grand than what you're about to undertake. A piece of what was called parchment, sort of a thick paper, has faded handwritten writing all over it. It's no more than 2.5 feet tall and 2 feet wide. If you find it, you should be able to roll it up carefully. Certainly. In the DC ruins, you'll find the National Archives, or what's left of it anyway. The building should contain the document in a protective glass case. Be careful. The place is swarming with super mutants.
That it is.
Here, let me pinpoint its location for you.
Oh, thanks.
Remember, treat the document with care. It's a fragile piece of our history.
I love that quest, by the way. If you guys have played this game but you've never done that quest, you need to do that quest. These actually are all empty. These empty ones, not all of them, but there's 3 of them, 3 or so that are empty, and they are empty because not only can you find the declaration, but there are other historical documents that you can get while you're doing that mission. I remember that the Magna Carta is one of them. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly what the other ones are, but there are other ones that you can do as well. I want to see if that one girl is in here. That's Mr. Lopez. Hey. That's Ted. No, she's not. There's a girl that's in there sometimes that you can give some caps to if you want to gain some karma. She's like freaking out about something and wants to buy a gun. Alrighty, let's go talk to Brian here and totally finish this quest once and for all. He's upstairs, I'm gonna assume. Are you not? Oh, there you are. He's sleeping.
I hope you found me a place to live.
I did.
You really found her? Oh, thank you so much. I can't believe everything you've done for me. Most people would have kept on walking when I ran up to them screaming like I did.
He didn't. I found him.
Get my stuff together and move on out there right away.
Brian's a liar.
Come visit me sometime.
All right, that is it. Finally, for the those quest. I think we leveled up here, so let's just chill for a second. Okay, some people might be wondering why I haven't been putting any points into barter big guns, energy weapons like these ones. I just don't care enough about them at this point, and melee weapons I very, 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 very rarely ever actually use, so I'm just not too worried about them, to be totally honest. I will put points into them eventually, but I am more worried about getting some of my other stuff higher than I'm worried about doing those right now. Alright, we get anything good here? Size matters. Oh, commando. I wanted to take commando because I love to use the assault rifles in this game. Alright, but yeah, that is gonna be it for this episode here. I really hope that you guys are enjoying the Let's Play still. I know we are getting pretty far up in the episodes here. We're at 15 now, so yeah, and I've barely touched the actual story of the game. But yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please feel free to leave me suggestions in the comments down below for anything I can do to improve the Let's Play this series or any other ones I have on the channel, or if there's any other games that you'd like to see. But have a great rest of your day, and I will see everybody in the next video.